Top 10 Richest Photographers in the World. Number 10, Timothy Allen. Net worth, $1.6 million. Timothy Allen was born in 1971. He is an English photographer and filmmaker best known for his work with indigenous people and isolated communities around the world. After returning from Bosnia, Allen was offered his first job as a freelance photographer working at the Sunday Telegraph in London. A year later, after commissions from all of the British broadsheet publications, he eventually settled into a 6-year position at The Independent. A member of Axiom Photographic Agency from 2002 to 2011, his more recent work has revolved around indigenous peoples. It was a personal project in Bhutan, India, and Nepal designed to escape the rat race back home that led the BBC to commission him as part of the Human Planet team. In 2012, Allen signed with the international film production company Great Guns, who currently represent him worldwide. In 2020, Allen was on the winning team of notable alumni from the University of Leeds who won the Christmas edition of the BBC's University Challenge program. They were the first non-Oxbridge team ever to achieve first place in the tournament. Number 9, Lindsay Addario. Net worth, $1.8 million. Lindsay Addario was born in 1973. She is an American photojournalist. Her work often focuses on conflicts and human rights issues, especially the role of women in traditional societies. Addario began photographing professionally with Buenos Aires Herald in Argentina in 1996 with no previous photographic training. In the late 1990s, she moved back to the United States and freelanced for the Associated Press in New York City, only to move back to South America less than 1 year later. Focusing on Cuba and the effect of communism on the public, Addario made a name for herself. She moved to India a few years later to photograph under the Associated Press, leaving the United States. The American photojournalist works on capturing human rights issues on camera. She works to present the role of women in traditional societies, which is evident in the different wars she has captured. She was awarded the 2009 Pulitzer Prize for International Reporting and has been known to capture women in very candid moments. Addario was one of 4 New York Times journalists who were missing in Libya from March 16 to 21 in 2011. The New York Times reported on March 18, 2011, that Libya had agreed to free her and 3 colleagues. She reports that she was threatened with death and repeatedly groped during her captivity by the Libyan army. Number 8, Peter Lick. Net worth, $2 million. The photographer from Australia is known for capturing nature with panoramic landscape images. For more than 35 years, he has been pushing the boundaries of fine art with his photographs. He is self-taught and one of the pioneers of landscape photography, which makes him popular with clients. Nature and landscapes are often ignored aspects of photography, and there are not many participants in this field. Number 7, Jimmy Nelson. Net worth, $3.7 million. Born in 1967, Jimmy Nelson has been interested in photography since 1987. He is famous for his photos of indigenous people and tribes that are slowly becoming smaller and less populated. In 1985, at age 17, he left his boarding school and started to trek the length of Tibet on foot. He took a small camera on his trip and photographed his journey, which lasted about 2 years. Upon return, the collection of pictures he had taken in the formerly inaccessible country were published by the English National Geographic, to wide international acclaim. Following this journey, Nelson embarked on more trips, documenting a variety of war zones, including Afghanistan, Kashmir, Yugoslavia, Somalia and El Salvador, and started to work as a professional photojournalist, until the age of 24. In 1992, Nelson was commissioned by Shell Oil to produce the book Literary Portraits of China. He traveled across the country for 30 months, together with his then-wife, Ashkane Ora Adema, who participated in the making of the book, and became the subsequent business partner of Nelson. From 1997 and onwards, Nelson began working in the commercial advertising field. During this time, he continued collecting images of remote and isolated cultures. Number 6, Mario Testino. Net worth, $17 million. Mario Testino is a famous fashion photographer whose work has come to define fashion. He is known for a style known as luxury realism, as he captures his subjects in moments of candid behavior. Many contemporary fashion photographers have been used to emotionless photos of their subjects. In contrast, Mario Testino captures the expression of emotions and other feelings in his photography. Number 5. Morgan Norman. Net worth, $18 million. The photographer was born in Stockholm in 1976, and mainly focused on celebrity and fashion portraits. He was raised in the north of Sweden and graduated with a degree in social science. He was recognized as the international top newcomer in 2009 by Hasselblad, and has been working with clients from all over the world. His work appears on many magazine covers as well as many advertisements. Number 4. Andreas Gursky. Net worth, $30 million. The German photographer and university professor is known for landscape color, as well as large-format architecture photographs. His photographs are about the modern world and the different changes in architecture and landscapes that have occurred throughout the years. On January 15, 1955, he was born in Leipzig, and his digitally manipulated photographs perfectly capture contemporary culture. Number 3. Gilles Ben-Simon. Net worth, $30 million. A former creative director at Elle magazine, the French fashion photographer is involved in America's Next Top Model TV series. He has also worked with many celebrities and captured haute couture. He grew up with a passion and interest for photography, which later developed to become a fully fledged career as he was able to refine his skills. Number 2. Cindy Sherman. Net worth, $35 million. The American artist is usually the subject of her portraits. She is famous for her self-portraits. She has also worked with high fashion brands, magazines, and makeup companies who love her exceptional work. Sherman uses a green screen in her self-portraits. She mainly works alone as the model, stylist, and photographer of many of her works, but this enables her to feel more free in her work. As a result, she has been known to produce some of the best works working in her studio alone. Number 1. Annie Leibovitz. Net worth, $40 million. The American portrait photographer was born in Waterbury, Connecticut, and grew up all over the world. She worked for Rolling Stone magazine in 1970, which marked the start of her career. The Walt Disney Company hired her in 2007 for the Year of a Million Dreams campaign, which was a huge accomplishment. Her engaging portraits of celebrities are some of her most famous in the world. She is also known for her lighting and vivid color. She is arguably the most famous fashion photographer in the world, as well as the wealthiest. Anyone who has worked with Leibovitz is honored to have done so, and she is almost more of a celebrity than her celebrity models when it comes to her work.